Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to do a little test out and review of the Pure Shake and Bake Powder to Cream Under Eye Concealer. Long name. This is a powder concealer that is supposed to turn into a cream as you blend it out under your eye. It's supposed to kind of do the same thing that we do with baking, but in one step. So it's supposed to smooth and brighten underneath your eye, conceal dark circles, and it's meant to stay all day without creasing. So in this video, I'm going to try it out on bare skin right now just to show you the transition from powder to cream. But then I'm going to take it off and do my regular makeup and wear it as well and show you how it wears throughout the day. So the product comes in a box like this with a little mini sponge that has a flat angle on it. The sponge is pretty hard. And it does not say to wet it. If you open up the lid, it has a tiny little spout so that you can pour out a small amount at a time. As you can see here, it really is a powder formulation. Just gonna see what happens if I rub it in. Oh wow, it's very silky. Oh my gosh. Whoa, can you see that? It really is turning into a cream. Whoa. It does seem to get lighter when you blend it in. No way. That's crazy. It just showed you what it looks like. It definitely blends into a cream. Let's see how it looks under the eye. The instructions on the website say shake a small amount on the back of the hand. So I'll do that. I don't know what a small amount is, but that's how much I'm doing. I'm using the shade Light, and they have light, medium, and dark. Only 3 shades. Normally I would be like a light to medium, so let's see if the light one suits me. Put a small amount on the back of my hand. I mean, it just says small amount, which to be honest, is a very vague description of what we're meant to be doing. Then I take the flat side of the sponge and dab it into the powder. So I've got some on the sponge. It's kind of clumping up there because it's still in powder form. Okay, that's what it looks like at this point. It still looks a little bit like a powder, but honestly, it has melted at the first swipe in some of the thinner areas. I'm gonna add some more. I hope you can see that clearly. I'm gonna start blending it out. The sponge, I wish it was softer. Wow. It blended out really quickly. There is definitely a slight difference in my eyes, and I would like to say that it really looks like there's nothing on my skin. So it's very, very light. It definitely brightened under there. I'm gonna add another layer. That's the difference. So this eye has nothing on it. This eye has the product on it. I had a really good sleep last night. I don't typically get dark under eye circles anyway. I'm very lucky. Dark under eye circles are usually hereditary, but if you are tired, you can get them. For me, I really like the brightening effect under here, and I think if it was over the top of foundation, it would be just enough for me to have a flawless under eye. You can sort of see a little bit of a blue line still. I'm gonna do one more layer. To be honest, you shouldn't be doing this many layers of concealer, but it is layering very nicely. Let's try patting it on rather than swiping. Honestly, this formulation is so crazy. I don't know how they do that. I would be so interested to know what goes into making a powder to cream, because I've heard of cream to powders, you know, that finish and dry off quite dry and powdery, but I've never heard of it going the other way. Have you? The sponge is really easy to use, but it is a little bit firm, but maybe that's what you need in order to blend out the product. I personally think that that looks really good. I'm impressed with how easy it is to layer without getting thick. It hasn't settled into the lines under my eye at all. You can still see the lines under my eye. It hasn't like gotten rid of them. I have like 2 little wrinkles or lines under my eyes here, which are completely normal, but it hasn't settled into them. Cool. I mean, that's crazy. I would love to see a foundation with this formula. I wonder if that's next. I might leave that one on and then go ahead and do the rest of my face and then put this side on over the top of foundation and see if that makes any kind of difference. I am going to use the other product in the line, which is the Pure Shake and Boost. It says that you can mix this in with your foundations to give a boost of vitamins. So I'm gonna do that. I don't have any pure foundations. I'm gonna use my Becca foundation because it suits my skin tone at the moment the best. It's the Ultimate Coverage 24 Hour. I'm not gonna prime my skin because maybe I'll prime my forehead, otherwise it will get really oily. I'll just take my Too Faced Primed and Peachy primer for my forehead. Oh, there's a chunky bit. I hate that. Yeah, I'll just pop that there. Very nice. So the Shake and Boost is a white powder. I'm gonna put that on the back of my hand as well. Let me rub that in and see if it, oh! It is wild, man, that's crazy. It turns into a cream. Look at that. What? So I'm gonna add a little bit of foundation on the top, just one pump. I don't really know how you're meant to mix it. It's going over the top of the edges of the concealer really nicely. I only see a really slight difference in coverage on this eye to this eye. So this is the one that I applied concealer on underneath the foundation. I mean, they look pretty much the same. This one's a little bit brighter. So maybe it's best to apply it after foundation. Let's see how we go. I'm gonna take the concealer again. A lot. Scoop it on to the applicator. Get nice and close. Swipe it on. I think it's definitely working way more effective over the top of foundation. Maybe it's almost that it has something to adhere to, but it looks way, way brighter and way more concealed under my eye now that I've applied it over the top. I mean, you can see the difference now, right? I really can. It looks way more full coverage under there. For the sake of the video, I won't put more on this eye. We'll just see how it fares. Okay, I'm gonna do my brows with the Smashbox Brow Tech Shaping Powder. Mascara, I'm really into the Bad Gal Bang. Okay, it's been settling for a few minutes while I apply that mascara and stuff. I definitely think it looks more full coverage on this side, but they both look pretty good. This one still has a little bit of darkness. I think it's definitely best to apply this product after your foundation or after your tinted moisturizer or whatever it is. It's sort of settling into the little lines under my eye. Normally I don't like powdering under my eyes that often unless it's for a nighttime event because powder I feel like dries my skin under there and looks a lot more crusty. But this really truly does turn into a cream. It's super cool. I'm really happy with the coverage at this point, but I'm gonna go out for the rest of the day and I will check back in 12 hours time. Okay guys, I will see you then. All right, I'm back. Here I am. My skin is significantly more glowy and, to be honest, oily. I did have a really oily forehead, but I blotted it earlier in the day and I did just pat over it because I had it coming off here, but I didn't touch anywhere near my eyes. I'm actually really impressed with the concealer. This is the eye that I applied the concealer on after my makeup, and I can definitely still see the concealer there. And unlike the rest of my face, the concealer looks matte and pretty smooth, and it gave it a really nice soft focus effect. And there's still a really good coverage as well. It looks pretty even. I'm just gonna touch it. It feels less creamy than before. I feel like it reset into like a powdery feel. And this one has barely any product in the crease. This side where I applied the concealer before the foundation has obviously not stood up as well. The foundation didn't stay very well. I mean, especially in here, obviously I had my glasses on. It wasn't as full coverage under here to begin with, but it didn't really go in the lines too much because it was probably mostly rubbed off by the foundation. So this side doesn't look as matte as that side. What I really do like about it is how matte it looks under my eye. I don't know why this has got such a bad, like it only has like 3 stars or less than 3 stars on Makeup Alley. I really like it. I'll probably use it again. I'm going to reapply some, this time with my finger, and see if that makes a difference. So obviously with my finger you've got the warmth of my own skin, and the other one's with, you know, a sponge, so there's no warmth to it. It's also a dry sponge, so I don't know if that makes a difference. I mean, I feel like it applies pretty good with my finger. It looks pretty good, right? Tap a bit more over the top and see if it's good for touching up. For this everyday kind of look that I obviously have going right now, I definitely don't want a super full coverage. I don't want Tarte Shape Tape under there. I want my under eye to look nice and plump and concealing what I want it to conceal, keeping it looking smooth and fresh and awake. The cost for this product is $26. In Australia, when I found it on Beauty Bay, it's showing up as $45 with the conversion rate, which is honestly extremely expensive. I do think you end up using more than you normally would with a concealer, but I do love the finish. Probably more than any of my other concealers, considering I don't like to powder my concealers and do that 2-step process on an everyday basis because I find that it just looks cakey and matte. I really like the soft, diffused matte look that I get with this, and it's really fun to apply. I'm definitely going to be reaching for this again. So I use the color Light. There are unfortunately only 3 shades that I can find of this, light, medium, and dark. It doesn't go very dark, but keep in mind this is for under your eyes, so the product should be lighter than your skin tone regardless, but I would like to see the shade range improve because I really do like the product. The price is definitely pretty high, and you can't buy Pure in Australia as far as I know, so the price feels extra expensive when you have to pay for international shipping and they're transferring into Australian dollars. Like, it gets really expensive, but when it works, that's okay, right? If it didn't work, then we can get the pitchforks out. I would recommend this product if you like a light to medium coverage under the eye. You like something that's fun to use and you don't like to layer a bunch of makeup, I would definitely recommend this product. They have it on Beauty Bay. If you live in Australia, it's seriously expensive. I'd recommend if you have like a friend going to America to get it for you. Yeah, so I really enjoyed that. Just waiting for the day for Pure to release a foundation with that formulation, and until then, I'll talk to you guys very, very soon. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.